Hello all, thank you very much for attending. This is Tuna Yemisci. I'm the Regional Director for Eastern Europe, Social and Real Estate. I will be going over my presentation and about how it is evolving and how we are positioning ourselves as Qlik today. So we help organizations tackle head-on complex challenges of transforming data into business value, leveraging an end-to-end portfolio. As some of you may have heard, we have recently acquired a data integration company, which used to be called Tuna. Now the product portfolio is called Qlik Data Integration. With our integration platform, you can easily free and find all the data you should be using. And with Qlik's AI-powered data analytics, which you're already aware of, which has a patented associative technology, gives you the free-form exploration so you can understand your data and take action on it. But what about supporting you throughout your journey? Stefanos talked about the first data literacy training that they will be doing. So we also support customers into their journey into data literacy, because we understand that it's not only about the product, but it's also about your people, how we empower your people to make the best use of the technology. So how is this evolution of business intelligence taking place, and how, as Qlik, we are positioning ourselves? I would like to remind some of you, again, how the journey of BI has taken place. As you know, the first generation was comprised of complex technology stacks, mostly managed by specialists in a very centralized manner. The primary output was reports, which provided visibility into known questions, but often led to follow-up questions that could not be answered. Systems were difficult to use, required extensive training, were slow to set up, and roughly only 25% of the organizations benefited at best. And response to this was the second generation of BI, often referred to as the data discovery. This was originally pioneered by Qlik. It is user-driven, empowering the business units to be more agile and respond to change faster. This ultimately evolved into more self-service capabilities for business users, allowing people to more freely explore data. And as you know, it's estimated that self-service and analytics reach up to 50% of the business users today. And although this is a much better approach than the centralized approach, many organizations still struggle to govern their tools and different approaches to analytics. And this is why there was the rise of the third generation BI, which we refer to as the democratized approach. This is building on top of the second generation, and we believe there is an opportunity to do more with data and achieve a fully data-driven state that will unlock the potential value in your data. So while the third generation BI may be the new to some of you, many organizations are already seeing the significant results by democratizing analytics. And I would like to give you 3 examples of these that we have democratized their analytics landscape. So DocuSign is a, they're a leader in their field in what they do, and QlikSense enabled DocuSign to see over 90% adoption rate within the organization. Think about that. As opposed to only 20% of the users that would make use of analytics, this company have moved to a 90% penetration of using analytics into their day-to-day lives. And majority of the company was able to make informed and insightful decisions using QlikSense. So this is a real advantage in their business against their competitors. Another reference that recently went through this road is Volvo, the Swedish auto manufacturer known for innovating their safety. they also measured the benefit of going through this democratized analytics through increased customer satisfaction and cost savings. Only by having everyone making informed and insightful decisions, it is possible to balance these typically opposing forces, right? So they have seen an enormous cost savings by moving Qlik Sense within their organization into every level of their business. And finally, NHS, the United Kingdom National Health Service, was also able to better understand and predict where their large health complex system will see pressures so they can plan better to meet the needs of their patients. In a difficult time like this, especially today, as with COVID, which is affecting all organizations from the frontline healthcare into the back office even, this kind of analytics can quickly identify problem areas within the health center or hospitals so that the personnel, doctors and nurses and the hospital management can make informed action at the right time. So our data analytics platform enables third generation BI, an approach where data analytics is democratized across organizations to drive driven digital transformation. When you make all the available data accessible to your workforce and give everyone the power to explore it, you have potential than ever to anticipate and meet your customers' demands, identify and capitalize on new opportunities, and transform how you do business. So what is unique about our platform? Number one in analytics is our associative difference. Simply put, associative difference prevents tunnel vision by adding a 360-degree view on your data. You can think about a traditional SQL query-based visualization tool. A query is constructed that returns a positive match to that query, bringing back only the data that matches that query. In contrast, in Qlik, with the associative technology, not only it returns a positive match, but also gives you the complete view that, maybe you have seen a demo or you will see in the demo, what we call the power of gray and green, that it matches, it also shows you other possibilities within your data set. Another addition we have, differentiator in our technology is augmented analytics. Qlik has uniquely brought powerful AI capabilities into its platform. So whether if it's a conversational analytics embedded into collaboration, or whether it is free-form data exploration, drilling down into pre-configured dashboards, AI is bolted into our platform in a way that it quickly interacts with the users, it gives suggestions, and it's becoming a cognitive learning engine as it progresses to empower more people and bring them the ease of use. And finally, probably, I would say one of our strongest points is how Qlik can embed into point of decision. Now, the analytics are moving into the edge solutions. They're not always now in front of our laptop or computer. It is now moving into the various technologies. And by embedding analytics directly into business processes, we are putting the power of data into the hands of the decision maker at the front line of any business. We have invested heavily in this, and we are seeing that now most of the use cases are being embedded into various platforms, various portals, even web solutions, and Qlik is pioneering in this space. So briefly about associative difference. As I went through briefly on a previous one, the query-based tools gives you a tunnel vision. It has to be constructed by someone who may not know what the business is like. They only work with a subset of data. They restrict exploration. It is an extremely slow performance now, and it is missing a lot of data that's not included. Therefore, it's not giving you the complete vision. Whereas with Qlik's associative engine, we are working with your complete data. So when your business user is making any analysis, they have the whole data under their hands. So they can easily explore without boundaries. They're not limited to someone designing something to them. Therefore, they can think with their business in their mind, and they can add their business outlook and also the data together and come up with more positive associations and better business outcomes. And of course, with the in-memory working architecture, you can quickly analyze with the speed of thought. And this Qlik platform also makes you aware of additional contexts by using AI into this. And this is where the augmented analytics is coming from. Qlik supports human exploration with one-of-a-kind associative engine, but also we want to put the AI augmented analytics into this picture in order to improve what the business user can possibly do. So we combine our associative technology with a powerful cognitive engine, adding AI and machine learning capabilities that enhances the ability for people to uncover and interact with data. The Insight Advisor, which my colleague will show you, is giving QlikSense to enhance just about everything in the Xforce analytics lifecycle. It generates suggestions, insights, visual, and associative. It automates processes around analytic creation and also data preparation. It supports natural language interactions and delivers the power of advanced analytics to everyone. Because our associative engine manages global context at each step, we combine this context awareness with algorithmic techniques to help users see previously unseen data. This is unique to Qlik. It's not possible without access to a complete set of enterprise data. This is only possible if you're able to bring the whole data and give both the human user as well as the augmented analytics piece, the whole data set. This is only possible via that, and Qlik is able to cope with this. So now we are seeing human and the machine have shared a context that influences their unique contribution to the analysis, making more insightful choices. So I want to open up a little bit about what I meant by embedded at the point of decision. So analytics cannot be a separate activity. It has to be embedded within your business or how you're doing, where you are doing your business. So it has to embed into your existing technology. Physically embedded analytics is crucial to business application. It increases the context for the user and the analysis. Qlik built an analytics platform with open and standard APIs, so you can put analytics anywhere needed and have the analytics remain in context with the application. It can be taken further by enabling Qlik to talk directly to other engines such as R or Python, so users can benefit from these sophisticated models in real time. To put this into world terms, the user of a CRM system can see analysis on the specific customer, including a likeliness to churn analysis being driven by R and displayed using QlikSense all within the CRM page. So this brings a fast decision-making to your business users, as we know that these decisions can be done anywhere. It can be a branch, it can be a bank branch, where your banking officer must look into their CRM and make a decision to a customer that's asking for a loan. This could be at a manufacturer's plant where your worker needs to make a decision about manufacturing a certain product at the spot. This could be at a sales meeting of your sales teams, meeting a customer, and they would like to have a complete view of that customer at the spot, and also be able to have the augmented analytics piece, giving them suggestions about what to offer to their customers. So ultimately, our platform can embed analytics where it's needed the most, directly into decision-making process, so that the actions are immediately driven by insights. That is the goal. And by embedding these directly into business processes, you're putting the power of data into the hands of decision maker at the point in time where it matters the most. This, of course, leads to an agile and more confident decision making. So Qlik sets the benchmark for third-generation analytics platform. It is built on a modern open architecture, which sets the foundation for the analytics platform to support a full range of users and use cases across the data and analytics lifecycle, and extend via open and standard APIs to new use cases. With Qlik, you get the choice of a SaaS, client-managed, or both without compromising scalability. Analyze large volumes of data at high level of concurrence without worrying about performance. Users of all skill levels can surface hidden insights by leveraging the combination of associative engine and cognitive technologies. And Qlik is flexible and versatile through this analytic lifecycle. Simpler data can be quickly brought in via visual data prep, and when more complex data prep is needed, robust scripting can be used. Regardless, Qlik's ability to combine multiple data sources and never leave data behind is always at work, and Qlik Data Catalog can be a great way to find all other users and integrate this whole approach. Creating content in Qlik can be as simple as typing in a question or letting the Insight Advisor make suggestions. So we are covering a dummy user or even an advanced level user to be able to make use of their data and come up with decision making. So ultimately, we support a full range of use cases and consumption modes to service all users from one platform, driving off a unified set of technology, which includes self-service. It can be conversation analytics, mobile analytics, reporting and alerting. It can be interactive dashboards and embedded analytics, all part of delivering the next generation of BI. So since we have, took this analytics road, I would say, from 1990s, we have continued to rapidly innovate the Qlik platform. We're adding significant new sets of features and capabilities. And, we are moving, I would say, probably very fast in developing our platform. Cognitive engine with machine learning, AI engine in Qlik that works with our associative engine, supporting insight suggestions. Another feature we have brought is the Insight Advisor. It provides suggestions, which is coming from the Qlik cognitive engine. Visual insights, auto-generated and prioritized based on data set refined through natural language search. So these associative insights highlight the most significant hidden insights a user may not be able to see. And then another feature we have recently is Qlik Insight Bot. It's an AI-powered conversational analytics that can be accessed from Qlik as well as through popular collaboration tools. This was a recent acquisition of Qlik in 2019, which we integrated into our platform. And of course, Qlik alerting was very high on demand, and we have brought this into our platform. It is very sophisticated data-driven alerts from Qlik and it can be centrally administered or can be self-service, and it can be distributed through either emails or mobile devices as a notification, which is bringing you the instant alerting piece for your decision-making process. And of course, other features such as accelerated creation of AI-powered capabilities that automate data preparation. I would say more features we added are advanced analytics and comparison in real time with other supported engines such as R, Python, or even data robots. And we continue to improve our new visualizations, of course. We continue to always improve on that based on our user suggestions. And, we added things such as advanced authoring. We are building more application and dashboard formatting into our platform. We have added data catalog and dynamic views. This is an integrated Qlik data catalyst catalog for users to browse selected QED data sources, so they can dynamically reload individual charts using data sources such as Snowflake. And of course, QlikSense's main driver was QlikSense Mobile with EMM support. QlikSense mobile apps for iOS and Android with fully interactive offline exploration supported by Associative Engine running locally in the device. And we continue to build and develop EMM platforms such as AirWatch, Mobile Iron, Intune, and BlackBerry Dynamics, and Zimperium integration for threat detection. So we continue to work with major EMM vendors to continue to develop the security. And of course, QlikView and QlikSense, the ability to deploy and manage QlikView apps alongside QlikSense, which is a cloud-native architecture supporting the modernization of QlikView into QlikSense. And finally, our cloud investment, which is enterprise and business software as a service editions of QlikSense. They're running on new high-performance multi-cloud architecture and supported by seamless scalability across on-premise, public, and cloud sites. So we have come a very long way, I would say, especially in past 3 years. We are completely building this platform into becoming the next generation BI platform. So this completes my keynote about what we have been doing, what we are building into our platform, and how we have invested recently into the Qlik platform in order to carry your organization into the next 10, 20 years by bringing the latest innovative technology into our QlikSense, into our Qlik portfolio. Now I will be leaving the stage to my colleague to give you the presentation and the demo of the features that I have just briefly discussed. Thank you very much for attending and look forward to meeting you in person when these difficult days are over. Thank you.
I'm going to give you a quick demo of some and augmented identity discussed during the presentation and show you how QlikSense can take you from data to actionable insights. Here, as you can see on my screen, we are on the Cloud Hub, and in the Explorer section, in the Links tab, we have the ability to connect with content outside of the organization, possibly on an entirely different infrastructure. If I click on it, I see that it redirects me to another demo. This could be any other website. That way, you can handle everything from the cloud. In the App section, you can get a view of all the applications that are available in your cloud environment. Something to note here is you see QlikSense apps, and you can see also QBWs. Here we see a QlikSense application or a QlikView application. That's because QlikView users have the ability to publish QlikView content to a cloud environment. That's also a capability that's available to QlikSense Enterprise on Windows users. So it's a great option for QlikView and QlikSense Enterprise on Windows users who might have on-premises deployments but want to publish content to the cloud for scalable, more cost-effective apps. to be able to migrate some analytics workload to the cloud. Lastly, I'll highlight the chart section, where we can see some of the charts used in our applications. We know a lot of users tend to go back to the same visualizations on a frequent basis. So QlikSense now enables users to see their favorite visualizations directly in their cloud. These are a few of my favorite visualizations from a retail grocery application. If I click on it, it redirects me straight to the application, where I can see it by clicking on the View in App button. I can begin using Qlik's associative cognitive capabilities straight away from the hub. The first way I can do that is by making selections in the application. So, for example, if I want to see more data, more details about those two companies, I simply click on them and select the data. Everything is aligned accordingly to those two selections. Another way I can explore my data is by using associative search. I've noticed snack food is doing well. I have a meeting coming up with my European team, so I want to find out sales of certain snack foods, particularly cookies, how are they doing in Europe? So I will simply search for those two terms. I clear that selection, and I simply type cookies and Europe in my search section. Qlik understands what I'm looking for and presents me with the results. All my visualizations are now aligned with those selections. And because of Qlik's associative technology, I can get additional insights. Here, I see the green indicator shows me the product group I have already selected. The light gray options shows me how I can expand that group, and also indicates that these products are also sold in Europe, as already selected on the right. The dark gray at the end, product groups, are the ones with no associative nature with the Europe selection, so this gives me an extra insight. This is something I want to follow up with the team about, because some of these items should be sold. For example, it makes no sense that hot dogs and sausages are not sold in Germany. So that's an extra information. If I go to my next sheet, after I clear my selection, I can see that there is a group of stores that has very low or zero sales. I'm not sure why or where I can continue searching about it, so I need to find out why. I'm going to use Associative Insights. I will select those stores by simply click and drag and drop my selection. Because the Associative Insight does combine the power, everything now is aligned with my selections in a query-based tool. I have to take some guesses on how to search about the stores. What Associative Insight does is combine the power of the associative and cognitive engines to explore all of my data and find those statistically significant insights for me, and also identify what's unique and special about those stores. I will go to my Insights tab, and I will select Generate Insights after my data is done analyzing. And QlikSense is going to take a look at that date in the context in the selections in order to surface a variety of relevant insights. Now I can start to get some information in a bit more detail. Portfolio aren't selling, and I can also see information about my sales team, and there's a group of sales reps that aren't selling to those stores. This way, QlikSense Insights help me resolve the problems that I don't even know exist. So moving on, I'm going to show you how you can also use the associative cognitive capabilities to build a new application with dashboard and sheets similar to the ones I was just exploring. To do that, I'm going to build an app using different data entities brought in from the cloud and on-premises data sources in the form of Excel files. Here I've created an empty application. Back to my cloud environment. I've already named it Sales Dashboard Demo GR. I will click on the option to add data, and already the data manager has loaded. In my connections with the demo space, I can see I have the data files already uploaded. I'll select my data. This is a preview of what options I have in the loaded Excel file. So I click on Add Data. During the data load, QlikSense is processing, highly compressing, and putting up into memory with fully understanding all the associations and also applies indexes. It's actually adding to the cognitive capabilities as well. This enables the cognitive agent to generate insights immediately. Once the data is loaded in, I can go right to the Insight Advisor and immediately generate insights to understand about my dataset. QlikSense uses the cognitive engine to find the most interesting and significant insights based on that dataset, and also presents me with the most relevant visualizations. In a few seconds, I have a bunch of great visualizations I can start working with, as you can see here. The cognitive engine has gone out for me, understood what's more likely to be of interest of me, and I even have this multi-layer map here, showing me sum and cost of sales by city and country. So I will add that straight away to my city within my dashboard. I can also use a natural language search to ask Qlik what I'm looking for. If we assume I'm interested in sales by customer, I type it into the box. And the QlikSense NLP process shows me the results and presents me also with the most appropriate visualization. One thing I'd like to do is create a master measure, so I will expand my visualization and I will select the top 10 options here, my top 10 customers. And I want to save that measure in my master items library in order to reuse it later, and also provide QlikSense the additional information of what I'm more interested in. So I add the master item here. I will label it as sales and click on create. Now that my visualization is all set up, I will also add this one to my sheet. Let's go back to see what we've done so far. Here we have the map we added previously from the side option, and here is my top 10 customers visualization for sales. I'm halfway through creating my dashboard. I have some additional data I'd like to add before I build this out more. So I would like to add more data. I click on the data manager, and here on the plus icon, I navigate to my already saved Excel files, and I select my second Excel. What's interesting is that there's also the option of adding more data from a variety of data connectors already installed natively in QlikSense. In our example, we'll use already stored Excel files. This file has multiple tabs and has more sales and order data than the already uploaded ones. So I'm going to add all of them in order to expand my data model. Adding all the tables. When all the data gets in, I'm taken to the visual data representation of what I have so far. By clicking the bubbles, I can see by the color coding scheme the possible data associations QlikSense provides for me. You could think of them as joins in the native SQL recognition, but it's going to but if we don't omit data, we never leave behind like a join would do. When I select one of those bubbles, any of them, it tells me where it should probably be joined with, or more likely associated with, just by holding down the option. I can also use the cognitive capabilities, just associate the whole data set at once and create my data model. Here, Data Manager helps me preview all of the data association, and I'm able to create my data model at once. So I will click on load the data, and as it's being loaded in and associated back into the model, I will be ready to use them in my visualization layer that I've already created. I'll be able to pick up where I left off and continue building out my dashboard with additional data. So I will click on Edit the Sheet, and then back to my visualization layer. I'm going to my master items library, and I'm going to find my already created by measure. I will drag and drop it to my sheet, and QlikSense provides me with the most appropriate visualization. Here, because my master measure is the sum of sales, Qlik automatically creates a KPI. Let's give it a moment to load. So here we have our KPI. I'd like to expand my visualization and add a calendar option. So I will go to Fields and add the time dimension. To add order date by year and quarter, I will drag and drop it on top of my KPI. As I drag and drop that over, my visualization updates accordingly to a line chart that shows me the sum of sales between 2017 and 2020. Now I've created that part of my visualization, I can turn off the chart suggestions and make any modification or customization that I'd like. So this is my data, my dimension, and my measure, and also I would like to add a trend line. Because there's a lot of fluctuation in this data, the trend line gives me some additional context so I can see how the data is fluctuating relatively to the average over the time period. So here are my different trend line options. I will keep it as average, and I can see it here with the dashed line. Another thing I can do is add a modifier, which helps me see another way to calculate it over the available dimensions of the same measure. I can also change the sorting of the data, and also I can make every other adjustment that I'd like. I'm going to go back to my Insights Advisor to build out the rest of my dashboard and highlight a couple of additional natural language capabilities. The first new addition is a multi-language support for natural language. It's available not just in English, but also in Spanish, French, and Russian. And we'll be adding additional languages as well over time. Earlier, as I did my sales by customer search, that was a fairly straightforward search. Qlik Natural Advanced Language Capabilities can actually handle far more complex searches. I'm going to look for sales and margin by customer between 2017 and 2019. I had some complexity, including the time range. Qlik understands exactly what I'm looking for and returns all of the data I'm looking for in the most appropriate visualization. Here you can see a scatter plot with that result. If I want to double check that, I can click on the information button and see all the different attributes Qlik took under consideration to build that visualization. This transparency here builds trust between QlikSense and me, the end user. I can see it pulled in the master measure I create for sales, the different data points, and the time range as well. In a query-based tool, it might be complex to run my complex search, but in QlikSense, I can simply go to my right-hand panel and make any adjustments, including changing my dimension and measure as well. In a really intuitive way, and my visualization will update right away. So I will add this chart to my new sheet and go back to my visualization layer, see what I've done so far. By clicking Done Editing, I can see what we have so far. We have a great dashboard we have only started a few minutes ago. The chart I just created is the lower right. In top up, I can see the filtering that has been applied for the top 10 customers selected before. Everything is fully interactive and wired together when I change my selections. This was a quick overview of building an app in Qlik, how the cognitive engine assisted me in building that application, and how all of these cognitive capabilities I've shown you with fully built apps at this point are available immediately when you load the data. There is no training, configuring, or anything that needs to happen in order to get the full power of those cognitive capabilities right out of the gate. So lastly, I'm going back to my hub and I'd like to publish that application so it will be available in everyone else. I'll go to the app section in my personal space and I will publish the application. In the three dots at the bottom right corner, I can see the option publish. So I click on it and I select the space. Because this is a sales dashboard, I would like to publish in my QAT demo space managed space. As I go back to my space, here I can see it was published successfully. I can also check the members of the space. I can see different options and different governance capabilities with different rights. I can see that some of them have only view rights, some of them have more extended roles, and some other have broader access to manage the space overall. If I want to change anyone's access, I can simply click on it and choose the access from the drop-down menu, and also apply the appropriate privileges. So this was the overview of the powerful associative and cognitive capabilities working together with the engine in Qlik Sense and how they can help you explore your data, uncover insights, build and share application, and ultimately go from data to actionable insights in order to have a point decision capability. Thank you all. Feel free to ask anything in the Q&A box, and I'm happy to help you out with anything you might want to ask.